Hi, my name is Mandy, and today I want to talk to you guys about 5 books / series that I have never seen on Booktube and I think deserve more attention. 3 of these are series and 2 of them are standalones that I have loved for many years. I love to reread books, and these are ones that I have reread several times, and I just thought that they deserved a little bit more attention than what I've seen. I don't know if I've ever actually seen anybody talk about any of these books on Booktube, and that's why I'm here today. The first book is really one of my favorite books. I get an inkling to reread it every couple of years, and that is These Is My Words by Nancy E. Turner. This is a book about a girl. It starts when she's anywhere between 17 and 19 years old. I honestly can't remember off the top of my head. Her name is Sarah, and she is living in the Arizona territories in the late 1800s. 1881 to 1901 is the time that this takes place. Basically, it's her journal, and you get to see as in the beginning she does not have very good grammar. She doesn't know how to spell, and as she goes along she starts teaching herself and learning. You also, it follows her for 20 years of her life, and it's really fascinating. I don't know, I love it. I love her love story. It is a very slow burn though, so you have to wait a while into the book as far as the time frame goes before you actually get to see it, but it's so cute. I love it. It is a little bit of a tearjerker, but in a good way, in a way that I actually want to reread it. A lot of times tearjerkers I'm not a fan of rereading, even if I love them. The next book is a series, and it is I'd Tell You I Love You, But Then I'd Have to Kill You by Allie Carter. This is the Gallagher Girls series. It's about a private school that just happens to be also a spy school for girls. A girl named Cammie gets her first crush, and she enlists the help of her roommates at Gallagher Academy, at this academy for spies, to help her get to know him. They set up surveillance. Maybe it sounds creepy, but it's actually fun. This series has 6 books, and the real story doesn't really start until the second one, and the real story doesn't start until the third, but I've really enjoyed these books, and they're so fun. I really could reread them all the time. It's great. The next books are, again, a series, and this one is a contemporary series. The Dairy Queen series by Catherine Gilbert Murdoch. I love all 3 of these books, especially the third. The third is the one that ties it all together, although theoretically they could act as standalones. Basically, it's about a girl who decides to try out for her high school football team. She also lives in Wisconsin, and that's why it's called Dairy Queen, because her family owns a dairy farm. She starts to get a crush on a guy who's the quarterback of her rival team, and there's a lot more to it than just this really brief explanation that I've given. It's so fun, and I could reread this all the time. I actually am probably due for another reread pretty soon of all of these books. Actually, not the I'd Tell You I Love You, Then I'd Have to Kill You. I read those last year, I think, so all the other books are due for a reread. This next one is by my teen queen, Meg Cabot. She seems to have been a little bit forgotten, and I'm just here to bring her back up, and that is Avalon High. Basically, you have a girl who moves to a new town where the characters may or may not be reincarnations of King Arthur and his court. You've got main guy, his name is Will, but that's his middle name. His real name is secretly Arthur. His girlfriend, Jennifer, Guinevere, and his best friend, Lance. That doesn't sound familiar at all, does it? Anyways, it's really fun, and it follows the main character, Ellie, as she tries to figure out if they really are reincarnations. It does have a little bit of a fantasy element, Not too much though. And it's a really fun reimagining of the Arthur story. There was a Disney Channel original movie made a few years ago, and it did not do the story justice at all. Yeah, no. Don't watch that. Just don't. Now this last book is not actually, it's not one of my favorites, but I think that the plot was really intriguing and that a lot more people should check it out. And that book is The Inventors Secret by Andrea Kramer. This is a steampunk book, and it is almost like an alternate history of what would have happened if America lost the Revolutionary War. So we skip, I don't know, a few decades after it happened. I can't remember exactly how much. And one of the girls is part of the rebellion that's still living in secret. It's a really fascinating look at what could have happened, and I really enjoyed it. It wasn't my favorite book of all time, but I definitely think that it deserves more mentioning. Those are the 5 books that I think deserve more mention. Have you guys read any of these? Have you even heard of them? Did any of them pique your interest? I think that definitely my very favorite one is These Is My Words. If you're interested in historical fiction, I highly recommend that one. Thanks so much for watching. If you like what you saw, feel free to click subscribe. You can also follow me on my social media, which I will link below. I hope you're having a great bookish day, and I'll see you next time. Bye!